light even begin, you contemplate, you to understand. You contemplate, you to understand. You contemplate, you to understand. So where will light even begin?
Hey everybody, welcome into Tradeify TV. My name is Nick Does Futures, and I know we got the B team here this week, but I promise you our B team is going to be better than most trading streams like A team. So we're going to be good. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to be live by myself for about 30 minutes, and I have special guests join me at 9:30. So in the meantime, I'm going to talk about my trade from yesterday, what I expect from the market today, and just sort of the analysis as the day goes on. So anyways, type in ones in the chat if you guys are here. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday morning. Yo, what's up? What's up, Van? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, we have a great lineup this week. I checked the Twitter post yesterday. Had Max on here yesterday. Me today, obviously. I think Lumi tomorrow, and then we have Kane on Friday. So it's pretty dope. So all right. I'm gonna get into my trade I had yesterday, which was, a Monday with no news. And as ICT traders always talk about, they said you should never trade Monday with no news. Well, wrong. You should take your setup whenever it presents itself within your trading hours, right? Long or short, I don't know. We'll get into that here in a second. Go over to ES, which is what I took this on. Now, this trade was something that was framed from the daily. All right. Go out to the daily time frame here. Right. If you guys know me, obviously I do trade ICT, but I like to, have a little bit of fun with it. Right. I think they're all little cult leaders and things. So I like to just make fun of them where I can, and some of the terms they use for just a open, high, low, close candle. Kind of seems pretty funny to me. How's everyone doing as we start to flow in here? Make sure you guys, as you guys are flowing in here, to hit the like the stream, subscribe if you haven't already. While I break down this trade, so going into yesterday, we were trading inside a daily gap. That really doesn't mean too much to me. It's not like I'm automatically going to be bearish, but usually when we're consolidating like this, I'm going to stick with whatever's the most recent price action. So as you guys can see, we had that displacement lower. Now on the 4 hour, 4 hour here, too far. Inside this daily gap, we also had a 4 hour gap here as well. All right. So I was using this to frame shorts. Actually, I was using it to frame really anything. I didn't have much of a bias yesterday. I lean bearish, like 60-40. But if we inverse this at 10 a.m., I was going to look for target longs. If we look to respect it, I was in to target shorts. Now, as you guys can see, had a little bit of a sell-off post London. And on my stream, I talked about I wanted to see price run the London highs, which it did. And then I wanted to start to see it tag towards the Asia lows. Okay, why Asia lows? Because this is untapped liquidity. It's just an easy draw you can use, for price targets and things like that, and obviously previous day low. And if we look at ES, why it was so clean is he had relative equal lows on that 4-hour chart. So I was like, okay, this is most obvious to me. I want to see displacement lower, and I dropped down to the 5-minute from there. I'll go back just a tad here. And by the way, I just got confirmation. I will have T Trades join us here in about 25 minutes. So I twisted his arm. I threatened him to get him on here. If he didn't do it, I'd do something. So y'all are welcome for that. So I'm going to take this off now. So we had this IFEG that was formed here when we had this displacement lower after running that London high, right? Now from here, I was looking for a price to retest this IFEG. It never did, so I just market ordered in, stopped right around, and here's about a 17-point stop, targeting down to these Asia lows, and worked out pretty nicely. I'll go to IFEG. So tagged in on that market order there. Got a bad fill. You guys can check out my Twitter and on my Instagram for the trade, how I just broke it down as I was in it, and then hit TP very, very nicely. And it also went to previous day low. I had some stuff to do, so I didn't really hold it down to previous day low, but this was still a 38-point move on a Monday, which, I really wasn't expecting to trade. But the past 2 Mondays, I should say last Tuesday, because of a big holiday, was 2 weeks ago, was very, very clean. What do you guys think? Are you guys bullish or bearish on today? And that was the trade yesterday. Let me break down kind of what I'm seeing in the market. If we do look at the daily, we are consolidating. Given how yesterday closed, all right, and how we are moving away from this daily gap, I can't do anything but target shorts. Now, if we look at this 4-hour, we notice that we have a bearish gap in here. All right, kind of similar to what we had yesterday. If we see in the next hour price really expand higher from here, it's either going to be consolidation or this could be the low of the week right here. So I think it's going to respect it and go lower. But like I said, we have been consolidating for about a week, 2 weeks almost, and actually longer than that on the daily chart if you look at it. But just going to take it candle by candle, watch 15-minute, watch the hourly. If the hourly and the 15-minute don't look clean, there's no point in dropping down to the 5 and the 1 minute. I tell my students that all the freaking time. So let's look now at the 1-hour chart. Hourly chart here. Yeah, so I actually would not mind a sweep of all of these highs and then a move lower from there. So kind of honestly very similar to what we saw yesterday. The sweep of a high, target previous day low, and then this previous month, actually no, this previous week low, sorry, down to there. Whether or not we get it, we'll see. But unless we get a crazy inverse or crazy pump to the upside, I'm not going to be bullish. So that's kind of what I'm seeing there. All right. In the chat. Haven't heard from T-Trades in a while. Yeah, I was able to get him on here. May have someone else join me at 10:32, but stay tuned. Stay tuned for that one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set my alerts on these levels I'm watching, which is the hourly high. Oh, yeah, switch to NQ. One thing I do notice here right off the bat is there is a SMT at these highs. Price was already ran this Asia high on NQ, and it did not on ES. So Could be something to watch for. I'd like to see us start to move lower now for sure. Let me put on my Seek and Destroy. Another thing too, if you guys want to kind of filter out some of these days, like which ones are high probability, which ones are low probability, what days to participate, which days to add size, is kind of pay attention to the hourly chart and pay attention to how London and Asia behaved. Okay, if London takes Asia highs and lows very aggressively, which it didn't happen today, but usually when it does, you'll start to see a formation like this in New York, like a very, very choppy. And it's just going to be running highs and lows. All right. Take the water real quick. Like I said, make sure you guys are liking the stream on your way in. All right. So I got a level marked off there on the hourly chart on ES. I'm going to also mark off this 4-hour gap. We have already been trading inside of it. So just going to sort of take it with a grain of salt at the moment. Much rather would like that high sweep, kind of like what we did on NQ this morning. Drop down to the hourly now. So yeah, this is what I'm watching going into the open here. So I want to see I see it move lower. Obviously SMT at this high with ES. So boom. That's what I'm watching here, guys. I'm at majority of the time, 90% of the time throughout the week, I'm watching the hourly or the 15-minute chart, sometimes even the 4-hour. I'm not really going down to the 5-minute unless we get entries. If I'm looking at the 15-minute or the hourly, oh God, not the 154-minute. If I'm looking at the hourly, for example, right, and I see it's small bodies and a lot of wicks on that formation of that current candle, I know the 15-minute, the 5, and possibly even the 1 are pretty choppy. So I don't need to go down to that time frame. So that's usually what I do. That also will prevent a lot of FOMO and over trading too for a lot of you guys. If you just limit your trades per day, per week, you will limit the amount of mistakes you'll be able to make. So an hour, okay, yeah. So someone asked, hour 4 candle closed above that 4-hour CB. Yeah, it did, but I would have liked to see it during like a good time zone. Like this isn't. I want to see more around like 9:30 open. We also have a bullish one in here too, but the 10 a.m. candle is the 10 a.m. Close is probably the most important one I look for. That's gonna be the tell there too. I'm not gonna mark off this gap yet because my charts are getting a little too crowded, but that's usually what I do. Let's see, T trades. Yeah, I know, right? It's gonna be fun. Did everyone else? No, I don't know. I assume they're having a fun time. I hope they're not by the. They felt safe enough to go, so I can't really say too much there. So yeah, I'm leaning bearish. Bearish. Will wait for. 10 a.m. candle closure. Wow. Like I say, does everyone understand why I'm waiting for that 10 a.m. candle closure? Because we're kind of in like a make or break spot right here. Like there's a 4-hour gap to the upside. There's a bearish one that we're trading inside of now. That's why we're waiting for too. And also, I think it was Mendez. We're looking at, if you look at ES is still respected. I would have liked both of them to disrespect and go higher. Now let's move on to gold here. Gold finally got out of this consolidation. I did say it was going to go into a consolidation before it went into it. How did I know that? Because we were bouncing from, after this candle closed, I was like, all right, we're bouncing between a bearish gap and a bullish gap. We'll probably get range bound for a little bit. Now, what I want to see now is now that we inverse this gap higher. Let's see, IFEG. I'd like to see us retest this like it's doing right now and then start to move higher. Let me clean up charts a little bit. So if I were you guys, if you're trading gold today, which is probably one of the best days to trade it, I did call this out last night with some of my friends talking in Discord. I'd like to see us run out this low resistance liquidity below us. So this is very, very nice to see. I would be looking to frame longs inside this gap here. Usually right around 9:30, you'll start to see gold start to take off, even 10 o'clock. So watch the 4 hour, watch the 15-minute, and maybe wait until you get some displacement higher. These are really, really clean highs, by the way. So price should move towards these highs. Hey, this actually looks stupid clean, bro. So Asia consolidated, London manipulate lower into a higher time frame level. Now we just need to see New York distribute higher. Yeah, I think gold longs look pretty good. And the good thing about here, Tradeify, you can trade gold, unlike some of these other firms. So very, very nice. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing on gold. Gold's probably the cleanest pair at the moment, I will say. We'll see what T-Trades says when he gets in here in about 15 minutes. So I'll be watching this. Let's check out Bitcoin here. I've always said if we close below this monthly fair value gap, this is inevitable, 49,000. And the way it's moving, we only have 4 more days left of that monthly candle. I think it's, we're nothing inevitable in trading, obviously, but this is where I would start to maybe add in for maybe some long-term positions. And even here at Tradeify, we trade is Tradeify crypto. You can trade Bitcoin now. So isn't that so cool? Yeah, just Tradeify only hire nicks. Yeah, like when I filled out the application for this whole process, I just put Nick, and then it didn't let me fill out anything else. It just said like check mark, you're hired. So it's very, very good. I think it's like 3 or 4 nicks. That's what's kind of funny. Yeah, so Bitcoin looking to add in here now. One thing I would do if you guys looking to add like long term on the weekly chart, this is where I pay attention to. On the weekly chart, yeah, wait till you start to see like a gap get inversed or something, right? With good displacement. So, for example, something like this, we move lower, and then we had an aggressive move up. Now, you're not buying the bottom, but that's okay. You're still getting a way better price if it goes back to 150, 130,000, 150,000, whatever it is, right? But then again, you don't want to be buying a fallen knife. So maybe, just wait for some sort of, weekly level to get invalidated for bearishness. And then you can start to add in. You can just start to add it on the way up. So, but I think an automatic spot here to maybe 49,000 because I've been calling that out for a while. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Let's gotta ask someone. Which one does he choose? All right, let's drop some questions here in the chat. I want to see some questions. Yeah, everyone press the like. I need to press the like button now that I'm on here. Let's go. Nick, what conditions will make you flip your bias on NQ to longs? If we get a strong displacement to the upside. want to see how we open here too. You know what I mean? Do you trade in the first minute? No. Well, if I see a setup, I will take it. Um, but like I'm not looking to trade. I'm not one of those people who just like hops in, has to hop in and trade. Right? Like I don't feel the need to. What condition will make you I'll answer that one? Yeah, I'm also Nick. Yes, I am. Do you use essential oils, air diffuser? Um, I have one. I don't know. I think my favorite is like the pine flavor. That's very good. Kind of reminds me like I'm outside, you know, walking around in the forest or something. Mm, all right, so we broke down gold. What we're expecting for that. These highs are something that's very very obvious to me. Like, well, the first thing you should like, I'm not sure how should I say it. Whenever you look at the charts, whatever is the most obvious with your model or what stands out to you, that's probably the direction or what you should trade. And it makes it easier to kind of journal and to take that trade and actually have conviction and move your stop and add size into it. Whereas you're just kind of guessing, you're not going to have a whole lot of conviction. It's going to be a lot of emotions in that trade. So you just set it and forget it. No, not really. Yesterday I kind of did. Mm, I, Backstage guys, can we check the chat real quick? Got a question here for T Trades. For example, yesterday and what was it Wednesday? My trade on NQ was going 150 points. I had to take one partial. Because I felt really, really good about where price was going. And same thing yesterday. However, I did move. I trailed my stops. So that's to me. If I'm trailing my stops aggressively, that's the same as taking partials. You see what I mean? Because if it comes back, that's the money I would have made anyways. Yeah, Wickless Nicholas, Spudnik, not normal neck. Yeah, I showed the trade I took yesterday. Actually, if you want to, you can go on my Twitter and you can go on my Instagram. Nick Does Futures. It's right there. Okay, I see. It seems to me. Yes, camera. They have graphic. Boom. Yeah. So for the open, what I want to see. I want to see the bearish side get respected, and I think what needs to happen is this SMT at these highs need to stay intact, right? And then we need to push lower for London on NQ and then previous day low on ES, and it looks like we're doing that too. If we just start to flip higher, well, I'll pay attention to this hour for a gap. If we inverse it, then you can look to target back to this new week opening gap or something. But I think we're going to move lower. Multiple trades or one. I take anywhere between 1 and 2 trades a day. I'd probably say 2 to 4, 2 to 5 a week. I think the more you try to trade, depending on your model, right? I trade execute on the 5-minute, so there's only really 12 like past 10:30. I don't really see a whole lot of candles, a whole lot of trades, but you really only get 12 to 24 candles. I need at least 4 to enter. Like a fair value gap, like a retest for another candle. So you just don't have a whole lot of time to enter. So I'd say 2 to 4 per week. And this also keeps my mind and my mental locked in, right? Like I'm not wearing myself out by clicking the button so many times. I think there's a lesson in that. Oh, someone in the chat. Someone in the chat. Show him. Need to answer. Okay. Yeah, I'll intro him around 9:30. All right, all right, all right. What are the top two confluences you must have enter a trade? So I need to see a higher time frame level get hit. I wouldn't even say higher time frame. I'd say like intermediate, so like 1 hour or 4 hour. I want to see that level get hit, and then I want to see displacement to there. Um, so I'd say draw and then point of interest and then displacement. So it's really three. You can't have I can't have any like I can't have just two of them. Like all kind of work hand in hand. Uh, this is a different Nick. I'm short leaning into the open. I think lows are the target. I'll drop down to the 15 minute. Get this off my chart now. 15 minutes. So it looks a little choppy still. ES looks a tad bit better. I do worry about these highs up here. That price could maybe come for them a little bit later. So bias slash draw, and then displacement. I need to see displacement to that level. So like if I go to the trade from yesterday, for example, let me go to 5 minute now. For me, this was the level. This was the London high. So we took that right at open. So like a 930 Judas, like a fake move, and then we get that displacement as well, right? We get that big candle down after running that level. Okay. And then, well, what else do we have? We have a clear draw. We have these relative equal lows, and then we also have these lows down here. These are equal. Like this just sticks out to me. If I go to the hourly, you'll see a little bit better. So yeah, relative equal lows here. That's kind of what we see today. Although we got some lows down here that's just not as clean, but kind of why I'm leaning bearish. We'll see what happens here. Nick, how I wish market open and took out the highs before it's dropped. Yeah, I mean, once I saw NQ put SMT in up there, and then ES was displacing lower, like how it is now. Ever since we started the stream, I was like, it's probably not going to do that, but we'll see what happens here. We shall see what happens. Yeah, T said he's bearish to the low too. I don't think that's a bad play, especially after yesterday. Especially, we had this bearish gap that we're trading away from. But maybe wait for the 10 a.m. candle if you guys are looking for longs. We do have a small gap in here on the 4 hour. That price respected on the 2 a.m. candle, but I don't think that's going to stay intact. But the cleanest one, like I said, cleanest trade here is gold. I'm actually gonna set my alert on this inverse if we get it. What's the 5 minute look like on this? Actually looks kind of juicy, not gonna lie. Maybe a close above here, retest. And like I said, that's the great thing about Tradeify. You can still trade gold here. You know, all these other firms, you know, once y'all start making money, they're like, no, we can't do that. So not here though. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, let's check the news calendar. That's one thing I forgot to do. No, we got Trump speaking tonight in the State of the Union at 9 o'clock. We have 10 a.m. news. It's orange folder though, so it's it is what it is. Tomorrow after close, we have NVIDIA earnings followed by unemployment red folder on Thursday at 8:30, and then Friday PPI at 8:30. So, is for me, I had a banger trade yesterday. I had a lot of risk on the table, and it worked out. I am just going to be playing with some of the money I made yesterday, the rest of the week, just trying to stack the wins, and turn it into an even better week. But the worst I'm going to finish for the week is break even. The worst, and that's if I tilt and do something stupid. Banger! It was a banger, baby. Yeah, we can't tilt. We don't tilt. We don't tilt here. Let me hit up. Let's see what's that go. You feeling? Yeah, you can trade gold on some other props. I know. I was just throwing shade here. If you guys know me, I like to talk a lot of shit. Um, that's why I can't wait for 9:30. I just get to talk so much shit about T trades. That's why I buy mine here because it's not very friendly. Like if you talk shit about someone behind their back, so I just like to bring him on here and just talk about him. No breakouts allowed before Nvidia. That's a good point. Nvidia, those are some pretty big earnings. Those are some pretty big earnings. Not gonna lie. Hey guys, y'all catch W's in here? Come on, bro. It's the sky blue. I believe straight dump into the market open. It would not surprise me. I'm gonna be watching. I'll keep our split screen on, watching the 15-minute, just kind of see how we react here. Let's see, Tradeify. Ding, ding, ding. There he is. All right, guys. Without any further ado, I'm gonna bring on the probably the fattest influencer in the space, fattest trader. His name is T Trades. Let's bring him on down. What's up, bro?
What's up?
Oh, how you doing? How was your flight back?
Good. I ate a lot of food.
Ate a lot of food. Yeah. See, I told you guys. I'm not lying, bro. Whenever y'all see, whenever he does his face reveal, you guys are like, dang, bro. What'd you eat on the flight?
I ate the entire plane. Yeah.
How'd you sleep last night? What time did you get in?
I got back at like 6 or 7. I went and got food and then I passed out and then I just woke up. But I'm looking to see if indices will give me a short to previous day low.
Yeah, that'd probably be the most fun, right?
Yeah, I just didn't short it. I couldn't have shorted it yet, so
yeah, I couldn't either. I think in order for me to short,
I mean, you could have just taken it right now with a 1-to-1, but it's like that's not really my style. You know?
Yeah, this is kind of someone in the chat was talking about. I think we're just gonna dump right at open.
Yeah,
it's kind of looking like that. Previous day low. I don't even know why I need to set my alerts. It's gonna hit it here in a second. Looking for previous day low. One thing to note. In choppy conditions, you'll see like a previous session, like a previous day low, previous session low get hit, and price will retrace pretty heavily. I hope we get displacement through this low so NQ can follow and go to here. These are relative equal lows. And then we also got previous week low down here. So I don't want to see a bounce around here at all. Aggressive bounce. I wouldn't mind like a pullback or something. But as soon as it gives that pullback, I want to see nice, strong displacement.
Honestly, I feel like it'd be a bit nicer if it just leaves the previous day low and retraces first.
Yeah. Okay, retracement before it runs previous day low?
Yeah. Like it just leaves it, comes back into the range. You can reshort it. Because right now YM, or it's like if you look at YM is just like really bullish off the low. So it's like if it just goes and runs at a high, then I'll look again short. But like I can't short it right now because it's just shorting the lows.
Yeah, YM looks a little wow. I can never really keep track. Do you trade much of YM?
I don't really trade it much, but I use it because it's
really
like
okay.
If you go look at where we reversed on NQ and ES on this move down at like 855.9, that's when YM took out the highs. So it's like once again now it's running for that high. So like if I'm gonna look to short indices, I wouldn't short it until YM hits that high.
Yeah, that's a good point there.
But like I might just miss it anyways, which is fine.
I just feel like it's like that, kind of like that. It's kind of like that toxic ex, bro. She just kind of does whatever she wants. You know what I mean? Like, ES and NQ usually move together, and then you just got YM over here, just kind of doing.
But that's like nice because if it's moving up, that means you know to short NQ.
Yeah, one of them.
Like right now, I would only short NQ over ES because YM's more bullish, so NQ is weaker. Right, so now it took out that high. So it's like if it reverses off the high now, we should go into the previous day low. Like that's like we'll start dropping right now. It's like really what it means.
Someone said you ate the entire plane.
Yeah, I'm obese.
Oh
yeah.
Oh. True. I was next to him and he ate 3 meals. Yeah. He loves a good a chicken apple salad. I'll tell you that right now, bro.
Yeah, from
He needs to come back.
Atlanta, Georgia. All right, so you see how YM just reversed off that high?
Yeah.
So that sets up the other indices.
Oh, let me switch to a 3-screen split so we can watch YM too, because I don't usually watch it. I'll be honest, but since you're on here, I want to see the people. I want the people to see what you see here. Put YM right here. All right. So 15-minute.
Yeah.
YM, and then ES, and then Q. So, okay, YM swept the high, like you said.
Yeah, and so then that's what times it for ES to go finish off its continuation to previous day low, like right when it hits the high. Like now it can go start trading lower as long as YM reverses.
You would have wanted to short ES when YM took the high because it's obviously the weaker you want to short in Q because you're probably given that. Probably on the 1 minute, probably a little bit better. Yeah, a little bit. Everything, it's honestly, everything's so weak. And also, too, if you, I don't remember you using a whole lot of SMT. At the highs here, there is no, like ES is clearly the weaker one.
Yeah.
That run there, 8:30.
Yeah, if you just look at the SMT on any time frame with that.
All right. Let's see. All right. So someone asked, what would be an ideal entry here?
I mean, the only thing I could frame is if ES continues through previous day low, catching NQ back lower.
Yeah. I would say I don't really like to use a whole lot of fair value gaps as entries because sometimes your stop loss can be a little messed up. Your risk to reward. But I mean, you probably have to look at something like this, or even like the 1 minute for an entry there. That's the only thing I can really see here. So we got YM guys, ES in the middle, and then NQ. Let's make this a little bit smaller. All of which are reacting very nicely from that 4-hour gap we marked off heading into when we were doing the pre-market analysis. Like I said, we were bearish. Mainly was waiting for that 10 a.m. candle closure. If we did not get a move like this, if we were starting to get like a good rejection from this gap, I was going to continue to lean bearish, and that's looking like what we're getting. So previous day low, we'll see what happens at this low with ES. See if we get a pullback on NQ. If not, I think you can probably look to target this previous week low. It could be seeing. I would like. When did you like to see? I know you use a lot of sometimes like the weekly range. Wouldn't you like to see Monday be high of week for like a better?
Yeah, I mean that would be ideal. We'll see if that happens though.
Because if it does Tuesday, you're kind of trading back inside this range.
Yeah, you don't really want it to trade back in the range.
Also, we could have potential for a lot of fireworks tonight during Asia with Trump doing his State of the Union. So I wouldn't be surprised if he said, by the way, check Twitter. We're gonna take out Iran or something. So I passed 5 50K evals today on a 3 a.m. dump. Oh, wow, good stuff, man. So I was back over here. That was a pretty good move there. All right, so we ran previous day low. Now, I think if we're going to get a pullback, it's going to be around here. But I don't want to see too crazy of a pullback, kind of what we're getting right now, because I don't want to see a reversal. Gold, yeah, let's check out gold real quick because I was watching that. Boom. Okay. So these highs, let me go to 15 minute. These highs on gold were very, very clean. And we finally got out of this consolidation. We're also retesting a daily gap. So this could be, we got 7 minutes to this 15-minute candle's about to close. Could see a pretty clean move here. What do you think about this too? Check out
gold.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but it would just have to be at 10 a.m.
Yeah. Hourly gap. Definitely want to close above 51.62. If you get that, I think those highs are kind of where we're gonna drop to. Who the fuck is the Nick guy? Where's my potato? Yeah, bro. It's a new Nick, man. I know we got 3 Nicks in here, but ES already hit previous day low. Yep, that's why we want to see a retracement here now. So gold,
a bit more of a reversal than a retracement, though. The only problem.
Yeah, so YM is completely going crazy right now.
Yeah.
Like I say, pay attention to that 10 a.m. candle closure. It's kind of gonna be the tell. Gold bullish day, I hope, bro. It's looking pretty clean. We're gonna watch the hourly, see how that closes here in the next 20 minutes. In the meantime, you guys in any trades at the moment? Type 1 if you're long, 2 if you're short, 3 if you're on the sidelines. T's and fat longs right now in YM.
No, I'm not doing anything.
But no, that was pretty cool analysis he showed us on YM, how that was. I don't really use it a whole lot with ES and NQ just because it's so crazy, but I could see how sometimes it could be like the early tell, especially after running like a pretty important level.
Yeah.
So a lot of 3s in the chat, a lot of people in neutral. That's pretty good. I don't really have an interest in the move higher, especially after yesterday's candle. I don't think I can long right now. We'll see how we close in the next 15, 20 minutes. I am in both NQ and NQ. Okay. By the way, do you guys use the T-Trades fractal model? You guys have that? Use it or the indicator? I know there's a lot of people. It's probably one of the most used ones out there. A lot of people have fun with it. I saw Zach even uses it now.
Yeah.
I was talking to him last night. Now, do you take a lot of trades based off of that indicator, or you just kind of like look at the analysis?
Yeah, it just gives me the continuations, and that's where I look for continuations from.
It's called the TTFM, I believe, indicator. No to the indicator, yes to the model. Big shout, T-Trades. All right. We do have these low resistance highs right here that I could see price reaching for. I don't really want to see that happen, but it looks like it's kind of inevitable. It looks like NQ was telling the truth all along and wanted to go higher. So now if I want to go long, if you guys would just trade ES and NQ, I'd want to go long on NQ, right? Let's peep NQ real quick. So hourly. Oh, dang, actually. Another example, or another, I guess you could say, when you start to see SMTs at major levels on ES and NQ, you could start to see consolidation, like a seek and destroy sort of day, right? We have London at Asia highs. London took those highs and it created SMT, and then currently right now, ES took previous day low and there's an SMT there. So if you're not in a trade, I'd probably wait till 10 a.m., see how the hourly closes, see how that new 4-hour candle. The 4-hour candle, I don't think you're missing much at the moment. It's a small body, big wick, right? The hourly, on the other hand, is kind of crazy. It looks like it's about to explode to the upside, but we'll see. Yeah, so it's just like a template for my trend line here. So I'll literally just go here, click this, and then just put buy side. I can do sell side, buy side, all the other stuff. I don't really have a whole lot of indicators on the chart. The only one I have is this smart money concepts right here. It just points out previous day low, previous week low, previous month, things like that. No, y'all don't want to see T trades his face, bro. He's not very cute. I promise.
He promises.
I'm just kidding. He's a cutie.
No. Keep up the bit.
If I can. What's up, Jason? How you doing, man? I love it, but using CRT indicator presently. Okay. Look what I posted when Nick was talking about at 9:15 a.m. What did you post, Levi? Now looks like we're really starting to push higher here. Hourly. I mean, I hate to see it, but I mean, would you look at longs around this level? Or you mainly just wait for time at 10 o'clock?
I mean, I did take a long scalp, so into that high.
Nick, would you take the 5-minute breaker on NQ? Oh, nice. I honestly don't think I can because I don't really have a draw for higher. I want to see lower because there's some relative equal lows here. One, and then two, I want to trade. I don't want to trade back into the consolidation, right? Because I don't have a target.
So I can talk about my whole framework for that scalp if you want.
Okay, yeah, go.
So I was initially bearish, right? I was wanting to see if YM reversed off that high for ES NQ to go lower, right? ES reversed off its previous day low. And if you look at that same high, YM clearly didn't reverse off the high, right? So then usually I want to see the other assets trade to that high. I just looked, was ES or NQ stronger? Well, at the time, NQ was just a bit stronger on the lower time frame. So then I just scalped it to that high. That makes sense.
Yeah, no, definitely makes sense.
It's just like a scalp, but
also too, if you pay attention to closures, NQ was the only one that really closed above that invalidation level.
Yeah.
What's gold? Gold dropping. All right, so if you want to take premature longs here on gold, I kind of like it. Inverse that, the gap getting a very good reaction, and then the hourly has a pretty good wick. It looks like we're not gonna place or put in a hourly bearish gap. So, what are my longs right here? Yeah, like I'm sitting here on NQ. I'm trying to find. I mean, yesterday's 930 high. That is definitely something that sticks out, but man, I just don't want to trade there. Like this is, I want to start moving the other way. I want to start to see a trend in the market. Let's check the 15. S&T at the lows. I don't know. If you guys took longs, I don't hate it. My ES alerts are going crazy right now. 15 minute. Wow, this 930 high is all the way back up here on ES.
The only thing I don't like about gold is like it's already made such a large range back lower.
Yeah, that's why I was looking at like the hourly, wait for the hourly close, see if we inverse this gap or not even put one in. I think a very, very aggressive would be like right now. Okay, aggressive entry. But these highs look clean though, bro. Like this looks like a classic New York reversal.
Oh no, yeah, the highs look good.
Yeah, but I want to see how we close in the next 2 minutes on that. YM is just ripping face here.
Yeah, so that means ES and NQ should continue higher.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing to talk about here is when you get this like 930 reversal and expansion, it usually doesn't give any retracement. So like if you'll notice on these type of moves, you're never gonna have like price just like come back, make a swing point, and then trade higher. It's usually just gonna rip. Like that's why for me, I just scalped it off of one red candle because I just didn't think once we formed the red candle we should even return back. So that's all I did.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's kind of what happened yesterday a little bit on ES more so than NQ. NQ definitely gave some entries there. And I feel like if you can kind of get the right draw of where price is going, and it starts to really like put in like a YM candle to that area after sweeping like the opposite side, like a liquidity level, it's gone, man. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And especially after a big consolidation, because once you get that consolidation, that reversal, then that distribution. Uh,
Oh,
let's see.
yeah, I think there's a bunch of Fed speakers today. Yeah,
What's that?
are there Fed speakers today?
I don't think so. I think the only thing is just Trump. Let me check again.
I thought there was Fed speakers.
Could be wrong. Yeah.
I mean, I don't really care too much. I'm already done.
No, nothing today. Just Trump. We have orange folder at 10 a.m.
All right.
That's about it.
I think at 10 a.m. we focus on gold because that's gonna be, if we have anything interesting, it's gonna be gold at 10 a.m.
Yeah. That's one thing I was talking about before you got on here too. Is like 10 a.m. Usually you start to see a big move on gold whenever it does happen.
Yeah.
Or news like a CPI. I loves that. All right, guys, we're back here. Yeah, I was just reading a comment here from are you trading in NQ or MNQ? So I copy trade a lot of accounts, so like these smaller accounts are my leader accounts. So those are take MNQ, and then like some of the larger accounts they'll execute on NQ. But I trade them both. Um, Lots of profit left on the table, just trading 2 to 4 times a week. Just kind of take the setup. You could also say the same thing for, you're giving away a lot of profit because you are trading more. You know what I mean? Because you're taking a lot of losing trades. But it all comes down to how you trade, right? If your model gives you a setup 3 times a day, take it, right? For me, I'm looking to just trade 2 to 4 times per week. That's enough. That is enough for me. T, how many trades you take per week?
1 to 2.
1 to 2. So
Depends. It also depends, like if I'm trading options or whatever.
yeah, no, you've had some banger options plays recently.
Yeah.
I saw that. What was the last one from last week?
I mean, last week I traded silver and Figma, SLV and then FIG.
Was it like an earnings play or something or what?
Yeah, it was like post earnings. So
Okay.
there's just this volatility, and I just sold options into the vol. It's pretty easy. That ended up being a day trade. You can't live off 1 to 2 trades. I actually beg to differ. I know some people who.
What did you make on that options play? You made like 10, 12K, right?
Nah, I don't talk about money I make. That was Adam took the trade.
Oh,
with me.
okay, that's right. Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I have, for example, one friend who trades maybe a couple times a month, and he trades a 1-to-1, risking 20K. So it's like, this month or so, he's taken 3 trades, and it's like he's up 30,000. So it's like,
Yeah, like I say,
Yeah,
it all depends on the person. So,
now could I do that with a 1-to-1? I don't like trading a 1-to-1 really, so probably not for me. But that's how he does it.
yeah, Levi here. He said I trade all day until I'm happy. Big P&L. Okay, all right. Well, yeah. Oh, good for you, man. So we're starting to see a little bit of a failure to close above. We'll see how we close the next 5 minutes. Looks like ES is starting to reject this buy side that it had. There's no longer SMT there anymore, so that's good. We'll see what NQ wants to do too. We have 5 more minutes left for this 15-minute candle. This is going to be a very, very crucial close here. We'll see how we go here. Now, T,
What up?
would you even want to see a short setup now? Like,
Well,
wouldn't that just
not really, because the only short setup, I would only frame it back to like 2-4, 830 or 840 or so, like back into the middle of the range. It's like there's really not much there to it. It's like what, you have 50 points and your high that you're basing off of is 50 points away. So it's like, once again, it's more of like a 1-to-1. That's like, sure, you could probably frame it on like the 1 minute and like get like a quick stop and then, or like a short stop,
right,
bring it back into the range. But like, I really just only see this going to like if you have it up on the screen, it's like 830, 840. That's kind of like where I see this going into, and then I don't really know what goes on after that. That's like,
yeah. Also, too, if you look to the left, all the way really back to yesterday, if it comes lower, it's kind of coming back into that range. You know, like
yeah,
I think
exactly.
if you trade like expansions and stuff, like even though I was bearish coming into today, and still am, see how we close in the next 4 minutes. I would like to, unless we get a very, very aggressive move lower here in the next 3 minutes, I would just like to see the trend continue, because it's just easier to trade that way rather than, just keep coming down here, then doing your little, what do you call it? Your, what's your broadening formation?
Oh, yeah. Draw that sucker on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of it. It's like, for me, that's why I was saying, if anything, it's gold. But like, even gold is, you'd have to really get some confirmation after 10 for gold to trade that back to the upside. But
yeah, 5 minute. Yeah, 5 minute looks a little choppy. We'll see what happens here on the hourly. Uh, 125 EMA over 2 EMA short. Okay, yeah, that's cool, dude. Good stuff for you. Happy for you. Yeah, no, drop some comments, drop some questions. We got T trades here. He'll be on for a little bit longer. We're about to get an hourly close, a new 4-hour candle on NQ and ES. I'll be live here for next another hour and a half. If you guys want to watch me trade live, I usually do it on my YouTube. Tomorrow, actually, I'm going to be live with Tanya Trades. I don't know if we're going to do her YouTube channel or mine, but I'm sure you guys know who that is. You can check her out as well. T, how long you been trading for? It's like, what?
5 years?
Yeah, 5 years.
Like I don't know. I'd have to go look into my like Thinkorswim brokerage account to like figure out when I started trading options.
Yeah, I assume it was post-COVID, right? Like right without,
Yeah, a little after COVID, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or like around that.
Yeah.
I bet no TT today.
Yeah, I think he says I bet TT didn't make $500 today.
Okay.
Yeah, this is some people, but I just want to talk.
I mean, it's cool. When did you discover your edge? I mean, 2 years in, and then it took me like a year to refine it down, and now it's like I just more so refine stuff down. I don't really add stuff mostly to my strategy.
Yeah,
like I just try to keep it as simple as possible, because the more stuff I have to go through, that's the more stuff that gets in the way of execution.
Exactly, right. Yeah, I mean, imagine driving from, Atlanta to Miami, right? And you got 4 people in there telling you should go this route, this route, and this route. You're just never gonna drive. You see what I mean?
Yeah, you just need Apple Maps.
Yeah, or Waze. Waze is a good one.
Oh, yeah,
Keeps
you like your ways out there in
yeah,
South Carolina.
yeah. Well, just cops can be ops sometimes when you're going a
Actually,
little bit over.
I got to go to speeding school this month.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
It was the same cop for both you and your brother, right?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, we support law enforcement on this channel, but yeah, that was definitely kind of a tricky. That was funny more than anything. I just
Yeah.
like how your brother just kind of sat there and didn't say anything until after it happened.
Looking
Man.
back, it's so funny.
It was hilarious, bro.
Like it's worth the fine to me. It's just really annoying that I have to go to like the speeding school. All right, we should see NQ drop into this like 830, 840 range here, which is like not far away. That's kind of what we've been looking at the last 5 minutes. And then from there, we just got to see how price reacts. I'm usually not interested too much into trading this move where it should just drop down here into that 830 area. So right there, you can see it just dumped pretty hard into 830.
Yeah.
And then we want to see, does this get bought back up really aggressively? If it does, then yeah, we likely make a new high. Like, I am not a huge fan of trading these types of moves because if you notice, we took out the highs, we took out the lows. This could really go either way.
You call it the megaphone. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if I wanted to trade it, sure. When I go back and talk about it, we were talking about it the 920s, 915s, 910s. We could have traded that into the 830s, 840s, but like, that's not really a trade that I'm super interested in.
Yeah. I agree. I talked about how you can kind of spot these conditions ahead of time, usually when London takes the highs and lows of Asia pretty aggressively. It didn't really happen today, but
well, ES did it. So if you go to ES,
yeah.
ES has a very clean one because it took the previous day high, took the previous highs, took the previous lows,
Right.
and now it's just chilling. So honestly, I would like to see this go back across the range. It's just I don't have the confidence in today's price action to actually anticipate or trade that.
I'm kind of in the same boat here. I mean, look at the 4-hour candle on NQ, not a whole lot of yesterday, for example. Look at this one. We had the 6 a.m., right? This closed right at 10 a.m. And then the 10 a.m. opened and, you were starting to see lower time frame displacement, right? It was obvious where we were going to. Whereas right now it's kind of, it's flip a coin. But I think Levi here in the chat, he should probably, he probably knows where everything's going here.
No, he was saying TT isn't my name. He just says take a trade.
TT does take a trade.
Yeah.
But would it be TAT?
Tat, different tat.
TT, I confused that with T trades.
Yeah. But anyways, what we can go take a look at gold. It's 10 a.m. Yeah.
Yep. Let's take a look.
So if you notice, gold's doing nothing. So if we want to see a reversal, like I would personally want to see a new low put in, and then it's just not that interesting on how it formed.
Yeah.
So, personally,
I would say I'd probably give up on it here on longs if it we give a down close candle below this 51.37. And then from there, I'd want it to go lower here to basically just run out this low and then see the displacement high. The only problem with that is probably not have a whole lot of time to execute that. If you do, you're going to be executed in the middle of the day. By the time that low gets ran, and not really what you want to trade on gold. Gold, I feel like it really moves the most in Asia, and then like the first hour or two of New York. Outside of that, I don't really see a whole lot of
I think gold 8 to 10 a.m. is really nice most of the time.
Yeah, it does a very good job of open, low, high, close, right? If it's on point. ES 5-minute IFEG. Let's see.
I'm just not interested in indices at all. Like this is.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
No bouncing from VWAP, guys.
Honestly, if you put a volume profile on, you could actually trade volume profile today, like pretty easily. You just wait till it hits the edge of the value area, and you just trade back into the value area. Like, there's so many ways you could trade this. It's just I don't trade consolidations anymore.
Well, look at the previous hour close, like at 9 a.m. Right? I mean, there's no body at all.
Yeah.
15-minute. A little bit of a chop fest. I think the only way I'm actually entertaining shorts is if we get lower. By that time, your risk to reward is kind of screwed. Your eye will just start to, it's kind of like muscle memory, right? Um, you just start to see things in price, you see patterns. When you have good days, when you have bad days, of price, and you just sort of know when to dial back on the risk, know when to take a trade, when not to. That's kind of yesterday I was full on risk, right? And then today I'm scaling back a little bit, even if I do take a trade. Um, man, dude, these. Mm,
Bro, I'm not touching this thing.
really, honestly, Ronnie, YM's been showing its cards all morning. It's been the one that's actually been moving. The thing is, it's kind of been moving both ways. It's moving with displacement much more than the other two.
I don't know. I just think we consolidate here, so I don't really care what happens.
The weakening event of last week's. Sell low. Let's freaking go. I'll just go get a job at this point, man. Five's in the bag, man. Let's see. Trading Asia Gold. Yeah, it is a lot of fun. I remember I was watching some streams. Just, I go on YouTube. Sometimes I'll clean. I'll clean my son's playroom, and I just throw on, just listen to some of my friends trading in the Asia session. Like they be having a lot of fun trading gold, especially like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, right before I was moving a lot, and before a lot of props banned it, but not here at Tradeify. Not here at Tradeify. We'll be trading crypto now. Has anyone tried out any of those crypto accounts? T, have you tried one out? I haven't.
No, I have not.
They've been trying to get me a sign up. I just haven't done one yet. What do you think about Bitcoin?
Oh, I'm bearish till 49,000.
Yeah. I'm bearish until 49,000 and continue bearish until we start to see weekly displacement, right? At least at a weekly or daily level, just get invalidated for sure.
So if you go to the 3-month chart, 3M.
Mm-hmm.
Not 3 minute, 3 month.
This is a 3 month.
That ain't the 3-month chart. That's like a weekly chart or something. Oh, right there. Yeah. I was looking for the opposing candle right there.
Yeah.
The one at 68,000 ish.
This one?
No, 68,000.
68.
You're like 72. But it's. Oh my god! I'm just gonna send it to you on Discord or something.
3 months. I just don't see a.
Actually,
I said to be on Discord. Checking in queue here while we wait. Yeah, it's still kind of chopping around a little bit. Levi in the chat here, he's making so much money that it's just flowing out right now. He's kind of shitting on everybody. I missed the generational shorts on Bitcoin this week, but hey, you can catch the generational longs though. That's 150K. So which is it, that bottom line right there?
No. That it's the blue line. That's what I was looking for.
Okay, so the high you.
It failed at that. So then now I'm just looking for it to go to 49.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. See, my thing was the monthly. If this monthly got inverse, which is probably gonna do because we only have 4 days left in the candle. It's almost inevitable that we're going here. So yeah, that's it. Why that three? Why that? Is that just like an order block? Like
well, yeah, it's just like if you look at the monthly, it's not as clean, so I just zoomed out.
Okay.
But
7 through 6.
You think math YM at 250 points is 1250 with NQ at 120 points is that is how math works with one lot.
Trades and thread. Messages. All right.
Levi, I think the whole point we're trying to get across is we don't really care how you make money. We're great. We're happy that you make money, but it's like a little bit annoying that you just project it onto everyone. Respectfully.
Let's see. All right, so what are we gonna do here? Bro, I've been low key like going back. Like someone, I don't know if you know Ben. He trades ICT. He live streams. He was
Ben DXY?
Huh? No, it was Ben ICT.
Okay.
Yeah, he was showing me about VWAP, bro. Look at bro, VWAP low key be like my entry right here, VWAP respected it, and then my entry on Wednesday of last week, same sort of thing. Now this is just 5-minute VWAP. Like it's basically been copying my entries, man. Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Kinda
Levi, I actually am not slamming you at all. I could care less. I'm gonna be completely honest. Like I'm happy you make money, but like I actually just don't care.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm glad you're making money too, bro. But I'm gonna slam me sometimes. That's just my personality. Let's drop some questions in the chat here for T. We got 5 more minutes to the 15-minute candle closure. The hourly on ESN and Q is a little indecisive on at the 9 a.m. close. A 4-hour, kind of the same thing. I think this is kind of, we got Trump speaking tonight at, for the State of the Union speech, and we have news Thursday, Friday. We had a pretty big move yesterday, and it did run a higher time frame draw on liquidity, and that was these equal lows here on ES, right? And then we also ran the previous day low. I would not be surprised if today's like an inside day on the daily candle. And it makes sense that we're kind of having a little bit of consolidation, but it is what it is.
If gold's gonna go, it's gonna go at 10:15 to 10:30 will be its like start of the move up.
Mm-hmm.
But so for people asking there, what do I like to do hobby wise? I like to go outside.
Yeah,
that's why I prefer to trade less. I just like to go outside and spend my time with friends, family. Do that.
What you should do, T, is you should trade more outside.
You have a point there, Nick.
How'd you guys get into trading? I got into it by I got like the small cap stocks. I had a lot of, because those are the only things I could buy, right? And the market was very much a back in 2019, 2020, 2021 benefited from it, because you buy a $2.50 weed stock, it goes to $5 the next month. You put 50 grand in there, you make another 50. We'll go up or down from right now. Yeah, I'm actually gonna pick. I think it goes up. I'm gonna pick one side here. I think it goes higher. I think these highs are pretty imminent. And I like how the 15-minute gap is getting respected. We inversed the other 15. All right. So I'm gonna pick. We go towards this high. That's
for gold.
If it goes lower, then you guys can just cuss me out in chat.
Please answer. If someone's starting today and you advise them to watch your videos to become profitable, I think profitability has nothing really to do with strategy. I think you just need some sort of strategy that you trust and have an edge in, and then you do that over and over and over until you're confident in it. And then it's all about making good decisions and not making bad decisions.
Yeah.
Like look at Levi in chats using EMAs and made 23,000. So it's like, we have a difference in strategy. Do I care? No. Like, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't. Let's see. MG.
Yo, Nick, you should put on indices chat where you said it's going to go higher. Or are you talking about gold?
Yeah, I was just looking at gold. I was
gold.
maybe taking a potential long, but I mean, this just kind of looks like.
Well, if you look, it's I'll send it to you on my.
Yeah, I sent him in Discord or whatever.
Yeah.
MGCJ.
Like as long as we
I'm gonna take a small stab here on gold longs here. This is gonna be something I could see myself holding throughout the day here. Let's see. Oh, I don't have that on.
it would have to be at the in a minute. I was gonna log into his broker on screen. That's crazy.
No trades for me yet. No, good stuff. I don't think you missed much on what's it called? On indices so far.
Yeah, indices is not much. So we just had a new
15-minute.
New 15-minute candle, which now my model is printed. So
yeah, I'm in on gold here. My entry here is I have NQDS pulled up here, but 51.55. This is what I'm looking for on this. Stop below this low. I'll tell you up to here. Pretty light on the risk, but let's see what happens. Let's check out indices. NQ. I mean, I don't really see too much here. It's just kind of running lows and highs. Like someone said, they haven't traded. They haven't taken a trade yet. I don't think you're missing much, unless you're taking someone's chat signals in the chat. Excuse me. ES 15 minutes. That's another thing too. Like if the 15-minute doesn't look clean, or in this case, the hourly doesn't look clean because like the past hourly candle, there's no point in dropping down to any lower time frames.
and there goes. Now you want to see how gold reacts at this high, because if we're actually gonna break out, right, like at 10:15, 10:30, like we just need this to continue through the highs. You don't really want to see this like retrace back into the range.
Let's see here. Back to gold. I'll tell you what you like to do in your free time now, since you all moved in different spots.
I go to the beach or sit outside, try to not work on stuff. I just really work a lot in the mornings, and then like I try to, once like evening hits, not work on stuff. But
right, yeah, no, I like to get out of my office, especially after doing a long stream like this. I definitely just like to go take a walk or something.
So we really do want to see gold break out here, because if it just keeps struggling to get over this high, not a very great sign. At least in terms of like the current low holding. And by current low, I mean like the one formed at 10:15. So that looks a bit better. Yeah, but Inisla, I don't know how to say your name, but it's like you learn something new all the time. Like if you look back and you don't think like, oh wow, I didn't know anything last year, you're like probably not learning much. Like it's like a continuous learning cycle.
Well, I think too, I mean, once you have your model, I think it's kind of necessary to refine it a little bit, because like the conditions now, especially on some people aren't really having a whole lot of success trading the past 3-4 months, because it's just like a consolidation, especially on that weekly time frame. So you're gonna have to adapt. You're not, a lot of times you don't even have to switch strategies. Sometimes just changing the times up you trade, or the time frames demand a little bit more from the higher time frames before entering, not so much on those lower time frames. see. All right, gold's starting to see a little bit of a push here. A little bit of an issue with broker here. Let's see. Type one in the chat if you guys are in trade. 2 if you're not. 2 is checked. Oh, you trade the platform. I've seen a lot of. When I was on TikTok the other night, I saw a lot of people talking about T stuff. 4. What's 4 mean? Ozempic on the rocks. That's a great name. I've seen you in here a couple times before. Yeah, stop loss for gold trade. I think a good spot to have is below this 15-minute 10 a.m. low. So you're keeping below the hourly low. You're anticipating this stay intact, right? I think that's a good spot. It's never a bad idea to have your stops based off like the higher time frames, right? I had some people take a trade last week and they would target like a 5-minute breaker. They're using a 5-minute breaker. They put it underneath the breaker, but like right below that was like the 9 a.m. low. And that would have been a pure invalidation of my trade idea. It's just because they tell you put it below the fair value gap or above it, 20 points below VWAP, whatever it is, like just make sure it invalidates whatever trade idea. You know, don't. It's the risk to reward is obviously important, but if you're already getting 2R or 3 or 4R, and if it would give you a better entry, a better you'd be a little bit more protected if you think a low is going to stay intact. You know, reduce. You know, it's like 2.3R, 2.2R. You know, it gives you a better chance. Hit a couple quick scalps, green and dumb. Good stuff there. Good stuff. Oh man. All right, so it looks like we are getting a little bit of a move higher on NQ. Man, this is not
quite messy.
It is messy, yeah. I think if we displace above this 945 high, I think people could look to target that 930 high from yesterday. Don't think yeah, labradoodles. Yeah, I have golden doodles. Luckily they don't shed. But yeah, I used to have one labradoodle as well. They shed it all over the place. What you guys think about moving stops to break even? Break even on what? Or just like in total? I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it's going to depend on the trade. It's going to depend on the trader, the system. It's never a bad thing, right? Like yesterday, for example, I was up 30 points on ES. I went break even. Nothing wrong with that. Until you go break even a good bit, or you just kind of get in, get out, like accept the risk beforehand?
Depends on the trade setup. Like if I'm like scalping something, then like I'm a bit more aggressive. Like once it goes, because I'm like, it shouldn't come back here, and if it does, I don't want to be in the trade. Versus like if I'm taking a trade that's like I'm very aligned with the higher time frames, it's like I'm just gonna set that and let it do its thing.
Okay. Yeah, T's a big +2R or -1R guy. I heard, you know, like he accepts the risk beforehand. Nick, how you been? Cool to see you on Tradeify TV now. No, I appreciate it, man. Good hearing from you, bro. It's pretty cool. And by the way, guys, currently running 30% off all counts with Tradeify right now. 40% off the 150K selects. Those are pretty juiced accounts right there. Do you guys like the daily payout option? You like the I think it's like the flex add-on. But the daily payouts, you know, you get paid the quickest. Obviously, the bigger the payouts, you go with that flex. Which one do you guys like better? It's kind of cool seeing like Tradeify was kind of known for like the straight to some funded, and then they just kind of the other plans have been just as good too. All right, gold's starting to move here. Hourly candle.
I mean, yeah, you have a new hourly, new 4 hour, all the time frames, other than like a daily.
Yeah. Well, I'm starting to see some displacement here, like the flex. I'd rather set the break even and re-enter than lose. Okay.
A lot of times, though, the people fall into that trap because they go break even, it stops them out. They don't re-enter, and then you lose. You miss a winning trade, which is sometimes worse than.
Or it causes you to keep re-entering every time you get stopped out.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Pay attention to like what happens once price runs a high or a low. Okay. I think that's pretty important though too. A gold, yeah. I have a broker pulled up on this screen right here, but I like this MG. I have this chart down here on gold. No, only put okay. I can only pass growth. LOL. Yeah, I mean those are 1 day to pass. You know, you kind of got everything with a trader. If I got straight to some funded, a little bit more expensive, but there's no eval. You got the daily payout option. You got like an OG top step rules with the flex back when they were good. But now we're just kind of we've taken that over, and then we got the growth. It's a 1 day pass. Cheap in the door option too for $97 right now. What are your thoughts on MES at the moment? I think me and T both are on the same page here. I think it's gonna go to this high. Now, what you want to see is displacement through this 945 high. You don't want to see it wick higher and then come lower, because then you're gonna start to see a broadening formation or more seek and destroy conditions. I typically stream on my YouTube and Discord, things like that. I usually put out a schedule each week where I may be live out. Not trader rate. What plans you got here for Q1 and March, April?
Me? In terms of what?
I just going places and whatnot.
I'm really going back to LA. That's it. I don't really have many travel plans.
LA, it was pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, it was chill.
This time of the year too. I mean, what was the weather like? 75, 80 tops.
It was nice, other than like there's some rain for like 3 days.
Yeah.
But besides that.
Wow. All right, so we're starting to get a move higher here. 5-minute chart. Kind of this gap. It wanted to just move away from here, and once we got that displacement, it's really on a mission to get to that 930 high from yesterday. The only problem is now the daily looks like crap, right? We wanted to see the expansion lower because it gives us cleaner price action. Excuse me. And once we got that move higher, you're just kind of on the sidelines now.
It's just mainly because ES reversed off previous day low. If it wouldn't have done that, then we would have been chilling.
Apex halted gold on their website board. Yeah. I'm not in on those accounts, just on my Tradeify. Oh man. Bitcoin dying, gold a little stagnant. It is moving towards where we wanted to go. I'd like to see. I think if you guys are gonna look for a trade today on NQ, looks like we're gonna get that displacement here at 10:30. Look for like a retracement within this candle. Once we run this high, I'm probably a little sketched out because it may just mean like the draw is hit for the day. But I did not see this big of a move coming too, and that's one thing I like to do. Once I see if I have a certain level in mind, a certain draw, and price just does the opposite, I'm just kind of like, okay, I was wrong. Let me just reevaluate. I think that's sometimes the best thing you can do, rather than just slapping every green candle and every red candle. Yeah, straight up funded's pretty cool. Yeah, we got Levi here in the chat. He's just calling everything out left and right. You know what I mean? He's really killing it. Probably retired his parents at this point. It's funny now, T. YM is actually the weakest if you look at it. It's failed.
Yeah, so it used all its strength like early on, and then it's just consolidating the other ones catch up. But like for me, I don't like trading that.
Yeah.
It would have had maybe a better low, but we were right with the 830, 840 range. It did form a low there, but that's like just EQ that range.
You gotta try out from water. I know you're a big water guy. You gotta try out this water. It's called
what is it?
Callaway Blue Mountain Spring Water.
Yeah, I took a photo of a new water I tried this week.
Yeah, you can get them at Publix. I think you can get them at. Yeah, I think you can get them at Publix.
I'll send you a photo of the new water I tried.
Yeah,
yes, Sunday. Pretty fire. Very smooth. It's like less mineral content. You can like taste that it's not as much.
Oh wow! Yeah, you like those glass bottles, though, don't you?
Of course.
No. You don't want to get those microplastics in you. Oh my gosh! Let's drop some questions in the chat here for T, for me. I'm an adult son, 55. Wow, you're 55? Okay, cool, man. See more life than me. I'm holding long from 26,000. When y'all gonna save me?
I mean, you got 1,000 points to be saving.
Yeah, you got 1,000 points.
You should build your own water brand. I'd buy it. Feel like that's a lot of work that I don't have time for right now.
Really? You should be able to. All you gotta do is find a good spring out there in the Pacific Northwest, and you got it, bro.
Oh yeah, it has nothing to do with distribution, product management, anything like that. Nothing. Favorite black seed oil? I mean, it's like Bowie black seed oil. Yeah.
Zach, you want to pop in here? Now you're feeling a little under the weather last night. We used to hop in. You want to be in the chat. Blue black seed oil. See, he asked a great question last night when I was on FaceTime with him. What, like seed oil? Like, aren't seed oils bad for you?
Yeah, but this is like this is different. This is not like a seed oil that you then cook with. Like this is just a cold pressed. Like it's a supplement.
Okay,
that's a bit different.
Why do you chart on the micros? As you guys can see, I have the execution on these, so I'll just kind of mark it off. I do some charting on the NQ ones as well, just to see if there's like a discrepancy between the two. No big deal. No real reason. I go back and forth between the two a good bit.
But I'm probably gonna hop off soon.
Okay.
Maybe on the next one we'll actually promote it. I'll bring some people in here.
Maybe on the next one, what?
I'll actually promote that I'm coming on here.
Yeah, no, I know it was a little last minute. I called you yesterday. The stream kind of snuck up on me. I was like, man, I need someone to be in here for at least an hour with me so I can chit chat or something. But yeah, no, I appreciate you coming on, brother.
Yeah.
bring you on my YouTube here soon, or your
Yeah, maybe we can go on my YouTube even.
yeah,
Who
your YouTube.
knows?
Yeah, let's do it. We become more often. Love all your content on YouTube. Yeah, he does a lot of free stuff. So if you guys
Are we
join his
allowed to?
Discord as well, he's always answering questions.
Are we allowed to do a giveaway before I leave?
Yeah. Let me ask real quick. I don't see why not.
I'm fighting for the people in chat. We got to do a giveaway.
Yeah,
Or
can we do a
don't-
giveaway?
or don't come back on here.
Let's do it. What kind of accounts do you guys want to see real quick? You guys want to see, mix it up? You want to do all one batch? Select. What do you guys want? Talking with the backstage people, I don't think it'll be a problem. But which ones you guys want to see? You guys want to see growth, select, straight to funded, a little bit of both?
Mix it. We'll probably not mix it. Mixing it becomes a bit more complicated in terms of choosing people.
Okay, I think a lot of people want to see
select. Most people.
Yeah, we'll do one. We'll do one 150K select. How about that? T, pick someone in chat. Just everyone, just spam chat right now. Say T trade.
Let's use. You choose the keyword, Nick.
What keyword to be? Let's do.
People, a lot of people are already putting T trades, so I guess maybe just use that.
Let's just do T trades.
Oh,
We'll do.
I probably want to go to the beach today, so let's use the keyword beach.
Let's do beach. Do beach.
Oh, I can't tell them the keyword. All right, guys, that's not the keyword. All right, Nick, I'm just gonna text you a keyword. How about that?
Okay, you just text me one. No, I thought so too. This is my first time doing a giveaway here. Okay. All right.
Sorry, guys, I can't say the keyword, so it's there.
What do you need me to do? You just want me to say the keyword? Okay. Oh, someone almost got it there without even say it. The keyword here is LA. There we go. T put it in the chat. Never quite done a giveaway like that before.
Is this the marbles one? Or something? Oh, just a random selection. Fire. All right, guys, say the keyword. You got like a minute. If you miss it, you miss it. So make sure you say it to get into the giveaway. So.
Yeah, dude, I don't think. I think the most exciting part of the stream is just probably having you on, and then because price action hasn't been the best on
it's
more in Q.
All right, we'll give it 15 more seconds to get your LA giveaway submission, and then it will be randomly selected. And you guys don't need to say it twice. If you enter once, you are in, so no need to spam it.
It happens to me all the time. I started doing forms of mine now. It's filled out and then it's done with it. That way I don't spam the chat.
All right. So we'll go ahead and close it there. Thanks for entering, and we'll running it now behind the scenes. And there we go. ML top player has won
Sounds
the
like a
giveaway.
gamer. Good stuff. Oh,
So-
awesome. My in chat.
Nick, I'll let you tell them how to get that account or how that works because I do not know how.
I don't know either, but we will find a way to get it to you.
So make sure to put your email in your YouTube description on your channel, and it will get sent out to you.
Yep, there you go. Congrats. All right, T. Thanks for joining me. Have a fun time at the beach. Build me a nice little sand castle. Build me, build me something.
Yeah.
Make sure, use the floaties. Boogie board, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I'll try not to drown.
And please don't break a bone, bro. We don't need another one, bro.
Hey, I haven't broken any bones. I dislocated it. It wasn't broken.
Okay. Yeah, well, just be careful. We don't need your brother. I don't need your brother coming down there wrapping you in bubble wrap, right? All right, that was fun.
All right, see you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, take it easy, bro. All right. So that was a lot of fun there, guys. Congratulations to ML Top Player. Just put your email in your YouTube description, and they will send that over to you. Good job on that. Thanks, T, for tapping in here. So currently in this gold trade, moving higher here a little bit. ES and NQ kind of, man, I would have liked to see, I want to see continued displacement here higher. I don't want to see this come back into the range at all and start to move towards this low. If I want to be wrong, I want to be wrong, like, pretty aggressively, because that way I can trade that continuation the next day. But to me, it looks like we're kind of just bouncing in between these levels at the moment. Remember, we do have Trump speaking tonight at 9 o'clock for the State of the Union, so watch out for that. Do you think MNQ will make it to previous day high? I think out of MNQ, NQ or ES, I think NQ is most likely to do it. I don't think ES can get up that high. That's asking a lot. Same with YM. I think so, yeah. I think gold can. Zach, are you in here? I know you're probably in gold right now. You were in here earlier. Are you live tomorrow? Yeah, I'll be live with Tanya. I think on her YouTube tomorrow. And then I'll be live on my YouTube Thursday, Friday. I'll make sure. 2. Let's see here. What? You can just go to my my YouTube channel. I like gold longs off of this daily FEG. Yeah, we like that too. Me and T were watching like the hourly to see if we got this closure, but I didn't need it. I felt like this was pretty good. So I entered right here on this 10-15 candle closure. 51, I think I'm on 51, 55.1 my entry. So these highs look too clean to me. Look way too clean. So, excuse me. Around like 9:15 or so. Yeah, it changes weekly. This was, how does it work? Registered for what? Right here. Right here. I mean, I think it goes here, but I don't need it to go all the way there. Yeah, it's just Nick does futures. Like literally, if you type it out, that's literally it. Yeah, so now YM's obviously the weaker of the two. NQ stronger, ES is second. So about another 30 points or so to we hit previous day high And I was really not expecting this. I was talking to someone last night. I was looking for lower prices. So this range just sucks. I mean, even if you guys are long, I'm not saying it's a bad long because you're playing better odds than I am. You're playing the consolidation. I just didn't like. I'm just hopeful. I want to see price give us a trend at least. Mm, 2P. 51.97. All right, so 15-minute candle closure right there. Feel pretty good about this, reaching to these highs. Hourly, we got another 15 minutes of the hourly candle. It looks like we're going to inverse this gap too. So to me, I like seeing, like, if I'm long, I want to see bearish levels start to get disrespected, which is what we're getting right now. This is very, very nice. Let me cons. I have 5 across 3 accounts of Tradeify right now. That's what I'm trading. In Q4 hour chart, yeah, I'll take a look at it. Look how the new 4-hour candle tapped the FEG and moved. Yeah, no. I'm guessing you're talking about this small one right here. It respected that. I pointed out this morning. I didn't want to mark it off because it was just too much crap on my screen. I don't like seeing all that, but yeah, no, I like I say, I was just hopeful that the trend lower would continue. But now that we got that, you can look to target this high here from yesterday, new week opening gap, relative equal highs here from last week. So I'll reevaluate tomorrow. I mean, look at this daily range here. I mean, it's not a whole lot of fun, you know. Also, I feel like taking the first trade inside of a consolidation is like being the first one at the party. You know, you don't know if everyone's going to show up or not, right? And what if no one shows up and you just sit there holding the account, and then you start over trading and whatnot. I don't want to do that. I'd rather wait for some people get in there, some continuation, for the order flow, and there we go. That way I know I'm on the right side. Gold is golden. Yeah. LA Beach. The giveaway's over, so you guys don't have to type in LA anymore. You may want to hit live on your screen and go update that. What advice would you give someone to be able to hold trades longer? I always check it out once I enter a trade. I think the main thing you need to do is just accept the risk beforehand, have good size. Your size is going to vary on where you're at as a trader, right? It could be like a personal account. People always say 1-2%. I mean, maybe for you, it's just like, a quarter of a percent, right? That's where you feel comfortable enough to manage the trade appropriately. And in terms of following your system. As soon as maybe you put on 1% and then you just don't trade as well. There's no set answer. And you just got, it's just what you have to do. Zach, what's your TP on gold? You said you were in that, right? You say he likes longs. Never mind. Good night. I guess you're on the other side of the world then, huh? About 12 more minutes until new hourly candle. Nick, can you explain why short interest when the US wasn't a play after 9:30? Well, on ES after the open, I just did it. Like, there was no like level that was taken. Like it just kind of kept dying from once it made this SMT with NQ. So I mean, I don't even see an entry in here. If anything, the only real entry was long, which is not something I like. But we did have SMT at previous day low. So if you look at ES, previous day low is SMT with NQ. The only problem with that is, however, it was SMT at the highs as well. So that's usually what you'll see on days where it's kind of just bouncing in between areas. Yeah. 52.10 on gold. 52.10. 52. Yep. Okay. Something I'm watching too. Now, even on the 1 minute we were talking about, NQ would have been the one to short actually. But the thing is, like, it just kind of went lower, created SMT, and then like this 1 minute candle, like even if you wanted to go short, you would have never had an entry because this is a 100-point candle on NQ. So the pullback was the start of a reversal. So you never really would have got an entry, which is good. It kept you out of the shorts there. It saved you. Yeah. Don't oversize. Happens to me when I trade big. If I trade small, I don't feel it. And I put bigger stops and I feel good. Yeah, exactly. That's 100% right. That's 100% right. And like I say, you don't know that risk. Oh, you know the risk, but don't listen. Like people say, oh, 10% of the drawdown with Tradeify, like $2,500. So you should risk 250. If you feel like that's too much, go down to like 100 per account, you know, or maybe just go up as much as you can until you don't feel as much, feel like too emotional. Okay. So my buy side liquidity. Yeah. I see what you mean. Oh, so you took a loss here at 955 too. Yeah, see, that wasn't enough. The main reason for that, because you still had this big gap in here, right? And by that time, 950, you're better off just waiting for the close at 10 a.m. Because a lot of times what you'll see is when you have an open high, like low close or something on the hourly chart, usually that last 10, 15 minutes, price will retrace a little bit. And then your best entry is post 10 o'clock. You're probably going to get that same entry, like right here, right? Let's 955, right? Anyone long in at 950, you're going to get stopped out, right? But then you could have got that same entry at 10 o'clock once you start to see that open low was formed on the hourly chart, and then you can just target higher. Yeah, 15-minute gap. Most importantly, accept the risk. Yeah. Every trade you guys should take, just go ahead and assume you're going to lose, whether it's $500, like if your account's at, 100 or 55,000, right? And you're about to put on $500 worth of drawdown for this trade. Just go ahead and assume your account's at 54.5, right? Like just go ahead and assume you lost it. You're just going to manage the trade so much better. Bitcoin. Well, Bitcoin is dying here, Zach. I'd love to see 49,000. Maybe you can alert your friend who bought silver at the highs again. Inverse Zach. Looks like gold's kind of stagnant at the moment. Let's see. Yeah, I had myself there, man. A short bias for today. It's all good. I was short bias as well, but this move here kind of definitely fooled me. I would have actually wanted to see a short from here once it swept out this high. And it really didn't. It didn't really disrespect any bullish gaps in here, right? You want to start to see disrespected levels on the opposite side. Oh, I need to charge my phone. All right, one thing you guys can look for here. I don't trade the 1 minute too much, but we do have a 15-minute gap. All right. And if you are looking for previous day high to get hit, I'd look for a lower time frame entry inside this gap to target higher prices. Remember, YM has yet to run that high, by the way. So this buy side right here is just that 930 high from yesterday. So you want to see something like this, maybe, to the highs. That's about the only thing I see that looks somewhat good so far. Because it looks like we're out of this consolidation on the lower time frames, but the higher time frames, obviously, we're still inside this daily. So, you know, it would make more sense for us to run previous day high. I don't know anything about that. Lucky 1617. Going short? Okay. Nick, would you say the SMT stopped NQ from taking out previous day low? I would say it's the SMT plus displacement higher. Remember that 1 minute candle? I said that was like 100 points. That was probably it. And I told you guys that. Like, watch and see what ES does at previous day low, and then watch what happens there. How's Levi doing? Levi, how much money you made so far? Okay, hold on, I'll chat now. You still in here? It's been a while since I heard from him. New hourly here in 3 minutes. 4-hour bearish gap on ES is still respected. ES, it's going higher. So honestly, where we're at on the higher time frames, I'd flip a coin. I don't really know. I think that Trump speech tonight is actually going to move the markets a good bit. It'll be during Asia session, and it's going to be a long speech. So he's probably going to say some stuff on there, especially with the whole the Iran situation. And even that cartel stuff, that was kind of crazy. You know, he could say some out-of-pocket stuff, and markets can move. Let's check out gold here real quick. So gold. Next step here. Looks like we're going to inverse this hourly bearish gap. As long as we close above 51.62 here in the next 2 minutes, we should be good. 9 p.m. It's the State of the Union speech. It's not just any other speech. It's where he yaps for a while. He talks about how great of a job he's doing. I'm targeting Friday's high on NQ. Am I crazy? No, I think if you're going to long, NQ would be the one to do it with. I'd pay attention to see what happens once we run previous day high, though, if we do it. Because when we ran previous day low, we start to see some displacement the opposite way. Of course. You think about trailing stop in gold? No, not yet. We'll see how the hourly closes, but I mean, you could move it here if you want to. I'm just gonna sort of keep it where it's at least for the next minute or so. So this candle closes on the hourly. Yeah, because this will be the previous hourly candle low. I anticipate we're gonna have a little bit of a pullback in the first 15 to 30 minutes of this 11 a.m. candle. And if we start to see a move lower and then an aggressive move higher, wherever that low was put in at 11 a.m., I'll probably move my stop to there. It could be in profit, could be for a small loss, whatever it's at. So I'm actually anticipating a little bit of a move lower here. And then once we start to see a move higher, I'll put my stop there. Well, we could just rip. That'd be nice too. Hmm. 4-hour rejection block. Hold on 1 second. Got a phone call here. We'll take a quick break here. I'll be right back.
But scared to risk your own money? What if I told you there was a way to trade with someone else's capital while you learn? Welcome to Tradeify. This series explains everything about the funded trading world.
The reality is, gambling is random. Professional trading is calculated risk management.
We're pulling back the curtain so you can make an informed decision about whether this path is right for you.
The reality is, you don't need to know everything. The traditional barriers don't apply here.
Without the proper education or support, this is going to happen. But this is exactly why Tradeify exists.
And that is exactly why programs like ours exist, to give you structure.
We provide the structure and capital
while you develop your skills.
Without risking your own money while you learn.
You don't need to know everything. You need to start with the basics and keep learning.
Whether it's concert tickets, sneakers, if you've ever bought something and sold it for more money, congratulations, you're already a trader.
Once you understand this language, trading becomes 10 times clearer.
This series will show you everything that you need to know.
Check out the whole Futures Foundation series over on our YouTube to learn more.
My name is Asanka Wiratunga and I'm from London, UK. Financial institution visited my university and they were looking for physicists. As a scientist, speaks German, I managed to get a decent job at a bank. I actually started on a foreign exchange desk, so my first ever trade was dollar South African rand because I spent some time in South Africa playing rugby. My favourite markets to trade generally the London session, so European indices. I very much like to cook. That's actually probably my meditation from trading. Pre-trading, I'll always make sure I have already had a cup of tea. My earliest mistake was to assume that I could trade financial markets simply on the back of mathematics and not take a holistic approach. I'd say my trading style is calculated. I like to apply analysis in a decision made. It's calm. I'm always making sure I'm not too overexcited and consistent. I think a consistent application is key.
Welcome to Tradeify.
First of all, going long. You think prices will go up, so you buy first and sell later.
The mistake people make is picking what sounds impressive instead of what actually fits their trading style.
Let's start with the basics. What type of account am I actually trading?
Do you want to learn more about trading but scared to risk your own money?
Let's talk about the 3 most important numbers you need to watch in Tradeify.
Hi guys, we're back in here. Sorry about that. I had a phone call come in. It was like it looked like a familiar number. And I answered. It was like Nick from Progressive. I'm like, I was like, no, it's Nick. Man. Ain't from Progressive. I should have been like It's Nick from State Farm or something. Let's see here. Do you have a trade, dude? I'm in a gold trade right now, and I took a trade yesterday. You can check my Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. It's all over there. So, like I say, I'm expecting a move lower here to start the first 10-15 minutes of the hourly candle, and then I want to start to see expansion heading into lunch. Let's check out indices real quick. Oh, dang. So we did get that move. You could look right here. I mean, this is... I don't like the risk to reward because we've already expanded so much. But I mean, this would be something you can target to. No, Moss likes to do those 1-to-1s. You know, this could be something. Call it the target. Actually, I hate I missed that. Closure above here in about 5 seconds. You're good to go on longs, I think. Stop below that low. I think, too, you could take this on NQ anticipating ES play catch-up because ES is way below the previous day low. And then YM is starting to turn around, too. So that's the only thing I really see on NQ at the moment. And that was on a 1-minute time frame. So I really had to dig to find something there on that. And I don't really try to stay on the 1 minute too much. Well, if you want to be a little bit more aggressive or conservative, actually, and you think prices ain't go to Friday's high, you could go stop to the previous 5-minute low, target up to there. But you know, I'll probably look at like something like this. Let's go back out to why is the L4 not? It could hold, but I mean, you got new week opening gap there. That was where we were trading at yesterday. Man, if you guys would have told me we would have retraced the whole move from yesterday today, I would have been like, man, you're crazy. No. The only trade I'm currently in right now is gold. Right here, 51.55.1. This is just something that I kind of like on NQ if I'm really looking for something, but it's nothing like what it was yesterday. By the way, have you guys enjoyed the stream so far? Did you guys enjoy having T trades on from 9:30 to 10:30? That was a lot of fun. The rest of the crew is I think they're on like a little getaway here. I think we have Lumi tomorrow and then Kane on Friday, so that'll be a lot of fun. To be honest, I didn't really look too much at silver. So you want to see really, at worst, this 5-minute low get respected and price to dig higher from here. Yeah, that's true. We got Trump tonight at 9 o'clock, Nvidia earnings tomorrow, Red Folder News Thursday, Friday. So I caught a big win yesterday. So if I can just find one more good trade like I did yesterday throughout the week, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. By the freaking dip. Got you. So stop could, if we get back, if you guys are watching this gold trade with me, if we get back above this high, I could see stop going to this low, like this 15-minute candle low could be the low on the hourly candle for gold. Basically, just watch to see if NQ wants to run to previous day high or not. Who's y'all's favorite Nick, by the way? Can we ask that in chat? What is it, Spud Nick, and then you got the Nick M or whatever. No, he did not. He may have for it in a different way though. I've seen the Spud Nick. He's pretty funny. No. Rebecca and Nick are my favorite. So yeah, I think she does the afternoon, right? So that's pretty. Oh, shoot, that hurt. Let's imagine this position. Yeah, I probably didn't really know what I was doing until like 2021. Amos, yeah, I've been on stream with Amos a couple times. I talked to him through Instagram and things like that. I like him a lot too. Like Matt, I like them all. Joe, I was on here with Joey and Matt last week. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, Nick from State Farm. Yeah, bro. That was just such a weird call, bro. Like I went along with it for like the longest time because I was like, okay, he's usually when it's a number you don't know, but you sort of have the area code, and then you pick it up at, hey Nick. I'm like, yeah. So you just assume they have the right person, right? But he did not have the right person. He just had the right name. So I should have said Nick from State Farm. All right, so this I'll make this NQ trade kind of working out here for you guys that took that. Let's cover right back around break even. I want to see it displace to previous day high. Previous day high, definitely go break even on that. Definitely go break even on that. So to frame that trade, it was based off of really the 4-hour candle, right? And it had not met the draw I thought price could reach for, which is previous day high. And then a 15-minute fair value gap is used for like a pullback level or a point of interest. And then the 1 minute, you're just basically trying to find like an entry. So now we're starting to get that move higher here. We just ran out that 930 high from yesterday. Huh. So I would not be surprised if price continued to displace higher from here pretty aggressively. I've seen that before too. Like really, really break out from this level. We could probably try. You could definitely try to stop it somewhere in here. This is moving a lot better than gold is. Looks like YM and ES are all following suit with NQ. How the 5-minute close? Yeah, I go stop at the previous 5-minute candle low. I wouldn't hate that at all. see what you guys watching. Yeah, interested to see how this candle, this next candle just opened prints high, if it prints higher or lower or not. Which else favorite accounts with Tradeify? What are you guys mainly trading right now, people in the chat? You like copy trade them all or what? So I'll come back here and retest the original entry. Really want to see price displays to the high. Don't want to see any of this. Don't have any accounts to trade for you yet. I want to see displacement here. I don't want to see this gap here get disrespected. I'm just going to switch over to just in queue for right now. You want to see this gap get respected. Don't want to see that happen. Like I say, this 930. This is previous session, New York session's high. So it would make sense for us to pull back once we hit that level. I just don't want to see a complete reversal all the way down to here. Good stuff. Yeah, like I say, I'll be live tomorrow. We'll be live on Tanya's stream. We'll be doing some giveaways. We'll be giving away some Tradeify accounts on there too. So that should be pretty fun. So starting to get a move lower here. This is kind of, I would have liked us to hit this previous day high. We're only really 15 points from it. It's kind of annoying. But I think the only real move you guys honestly could have caught that would was something I don't even like down in here, because this is the middle of that range that we made. This candle potentially, because we did create SMT here, and this is a 100-point move candle, 100-point candle. But obviously in hindsight, that looks good now. This thing could have easily went the other way too. But a lot of low resistance liquidity above us. The price could have easily chopped through. So let's see what happens. Trade them individually. What are our stats look so far this week? 1 for 1. And then currently I'm in like a gold trade just on some Tradeify accounts, because that's the only thing you can really trade right now besides my personal and whatnot. What's up, Levi? How you doing, bro? Yeah, I really want to see a bounce here. Hey, me and Levi are finally on the same page here. No, actually, he wants to see short. Never mind. There's still hope. I thought that was hope. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Oh, it says now a 10-foot barbed wire pole. Yeah, it's nothing like catching Market Mario. It's nothing like catching a good trade and then just relaxing for the day, right? Can't beat that. Cannot beat that at all. Oh, so you're looking for like 17-point move. Okay. This was the only thing I really saw for the morning session. For me here, I was just kind of blown away by this move going higher. Plus, I wanted to see how that 10 a.m. candle closed. Starting to see a reversal here. So I'd probably be out right here if I were you guys. Just wait for another, maybe a low sweep before getting back in if you wanted to. But I mean, we did take that 930 high from yesterday. Could have taken it, and now it's looking for like a retracement. So if you want to be a little bit more conservative, you could go stop at this 11 a.m. low. Wouldn't be a bad play. But yeah, I'm all alone here, man. I had T trades here with me from 9:30 to 10:30, but yeah, that's about it. I'll be here for about another 10 minutes or so. No, but I usually do a pretty good job of, like I say, I go live on YouTube on my channel a good bit too, so I can stay pretty entertained by chat. But I will say this is definitely the longest stream I've ever done, 2.5 hours. So this is a long one. And then if you look at it goes a little bit quicker and price action is a little bit cleaner, kind of like how it was yesterday. Kind of hard, like because I'm just pointing out trades I think look good, not necessarily like things that I'm taking on NQ at least. At what point did you know you could trade full time? Like it was a 6 months consistent profit. It was actually about it wasn't even a year. It was about like 10 months of consistent profits. I think the main thing too was keeping the expenses low too, and having a good buffer built up in terms of savings and things like that. That really helped me. I will say that first trade I took as a full-time trader was definitely hardest one I ever took. Because I was like, man, like you just start to feel it in terms of psychology. You think, oh, if this don't hit, I don't pay the bills for the week or whatnot. But you kind of have to. The less you care about trading, the better you do. Like you have to care without caring too much. That makes sense. I just show up. Trade your system, care about your system, but like don't like that. If you're following your plan, there's really no losses in trading. I mean, there's lessons you can learn, sure, but that's just part of the odds. Sold my Allstate insurance agency and went all in. Oh dang! So I had 2 jobs. I was in mechanical sales, so like industrial. I said mechanical. It was industrial sales. Sorry, it's like inside like paper mills and whatnot. A lot of construction work in there too. I had to do, and then also I did sales and finance for an automotive industry. So yeah, no, I mean it definitely can take a toll on you, and me too. Like my wife didn't work, so like it was truly just it was me. I'm originally from Arkansas. Yeah. So 5-minute candle here is still respected. If you would moved it here, you probably would have got stopped out, but if you're here, it's still in play. Not that something I kind of like. Gold's starting to pull back. I'd like for this to turn around. I care about the profits. The process does not make money. Okay. All right. I think he's just trolling me, bro. It had to work. Okay. All right. I have 2 kids as well. Yeah, man. I mean, it's easier than it's ever been, especially with some of these props too, right? The barrier of entry is a lot lower. But also the goal. One thing that helps too is to do a little bit of mixture between props and personal, because that way you can, like maybe one week you have, I don't know, like $1,000 across all your funded accounts or whatever, and then you made $1,000 or $500 or $2,000 on your personal. You know, you're building profits and a buffer on the fundeds, and you're pulling out money that you need on personal. So that really that really helps. What's this love between you and Leo? I don't know a Leo. I think if I walked on water in front of Levi here, he'd probably say it's because I can't swim. On NQ, this was the only thing I really see. I'll probably reevaluate today after the close in terms of my bias for the week going forward. You know, remember, we got Trump speaks tomorrow, tonight, sorry. And then we have Red Folder News Thursday, Friday. So, you know, also I kind of good move yesterday, too. A very, very good move. 140 points on ES, and then last week he got 150 points on NQ. So it's pretty good there. Yeah, I don't know. He just I don't know. He's kind of entertaining me here. It's like everything I say that 99% of people agree with, he just disagrees with it. Kind of helps pass time here. All right, for this trade here, if you guys are still in, even if I would rate this setup, I probably would give like a C or a B minus because the draw to previous day high. But that's just me fishing for something. It's not necessarily something I think that was so like clean. Like I say, I was logged in here and I never took it, but it was just something I'll point out. But it's move up, chop, move up, chop. So we'll see what happens going here to the rest of the day. Expecting a move up here in the next hour or so on gold. I'll probably just swing this thing. But yeah, any last questions here? I got about a minute or so. Yeah, war possibility too. Maybe we'll hear Trump speak on that tonight. So oh, we did one earlier. We did one earlier with T trades. I'll be doing a giveaway tomorrow on Tanya Trades' channel. So check that out. I'll be live there around like 9:15, 9:20. So make sure you guys check that out. Haven't tried Trade C yet. Tradeify is going to be getting them here soon too. So make sure you guys keep on the lookout for that. But yeah, no, to recap it, we're back inside the daily range. I'll probably just wait until tomorrow night. Or tonight, sorry. And then we got NVIDIA earnings tomorrow. So market could just be waiting on those things. Either way, we got targets, right? If we displace higher, look to target this high. If we displace lower, target that low. but I'm actually closing out all my drawings here, so I have nothing else to talk about. So that's gonna do it for me. If remember, we'll be live back here tomorrow. I think Lumi is either Wednesday or Thursday. And then we got Kane here on Friday. So that's gonna do it for me. And I'll see you guys back here. I'll probably be back on here with Amos sometime next week or something. But thanks for you guys for tuning in. And yeah, take it easy. Trade safe. Sure, man. You can pop up.